Welcome and stay with us at the limit with Audi piloted driving Hockenheim. Welcome to our live stream from the home of the German Grand Prix and the German Touring Car Masters DTM. Audi wants to write history today. The German automobile maker takes to the track with the sportiest piloted driving car ever to show its dynamic potential, its driving capabilities at racing speed. Audi does this without a driver behind the wheel. Automated driving, or piloted driving as they call it here at Audi, is one of the mega trends in the automotive world. So let's hear from one of our young, talented engineers how it all began and where they stand right now.
Piloted driving at Audi started pretty early. The technical system takes over the responsibility for the driving task.
Piloted driving is one of the most important development areas for us.
Everything started with an Audi TTS on the Salt Lakes. The next challenge was to race the Pikes Peak, very famous racetrack in the US. We went on with parking systems. Our newest system will be the Staupilot. And starting from this history, we're now extending this and doing the racing on Hockenheim Ring and in Oschersleben.
We took a basic RS7 and then we added the intelligence to the car.
The RS7 drives on the level of a race pilot.
We have the most sporty piloted car in the world.
I'm here with the Audi head of R&D, Dr. Ulrich Hackenberg. It's interesting to see what is different between the Audi RS7 piloted driving concept and what we've seen so far.
Yeah, what we are doing with this Audi RS7 pilot driving concept is that we are going to the border of the vehicle dynamics. So we have taken this car on a racetrack to demonstrate that we are able to control the car, or that the car can control itself under the conditions of a racetrack. So we are going to the borders of vehicle dynamics. That means we are able to control the vehicle from the easy maneuvers up to to the really very dynamic, where it depends on where the car, we have to drive it on the centimeter exactly on the path, and that with accelerations which are going up to more than 1 G.
What role does this kind of project play in Audi's strategy of piloted driving?
The piloted driving is one of the innovative future technologies. So actually we see that we can accelerate the level of safety in the future. And that's the main task we have given. And for doing that, it's very important to control the car under all conditions which are possible, even under such difficult conditions like we have it here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hackenberg. We'll see you in a minute pulling up the car to the grid alongside with a German soccer world champion, I heard. Let's have a look at the vehicle we're talking right now. It's the Audi RS7 piloted driving concept, and this is one of our project managers preparing the car. Peter, what's the difference between this one and the standard production car?
Yeah, actually the difference is not so big. It's basically a production car that we equipped with the additional intelligence to perform the race driving task, right?
You must see this. This is like Star Trek. Have a look inside the baggage compartment. That's the brain of the car.
Right.
Let's walk around it and tell us, how does it read the road?
It actually has two ways to read the road. One of it is the GPS antenna that we have on the roof.
Very precise.
Yeah, right, with additional correction data. And the other thing you can see at the front is this stereo camera. So it has also kind of visual perception of the racetrack.
And it's nevertheless an RS7. What speed and horsepower are we talking about today?
Yeah, it's 560 horsepower, 0 to 60 in around 3.9 seconds, and a top speed of, I think, 230 today.
And all this without a driver.
Right.
Thanks, Peter. Today we're going to see this vehicle shooting down the parabolica straight at race speed, hitting the brakes at the ultimate moment, turning into the hairpin, just like a race car, ladies and gentlemen. Our engineers took a lot of testing until it came to the point right now.
The Audi RS7 piloted driving concept, the sportiest piloted driving car in the world. The Audi demonstrates its ability at the DTM season finale at the Hockenheim ring. The world premiere has already been in preparation since the end of September. The project director, Peter Bergmiller. The concept car, AJ, and its twin, Bobby. Bergmiller and his colleagues test the technology and performance on the Hockenheim and Oschersleben racetracks. One of the first senses of achievement during the preparations, the first piloted driving ride on the Hockenheim ring.
The car drove very robustly all day long throughout our complete test time that we had on the track, and that was really awesome.
Shortly before the DTM finale, Audi gives international journalists, TV teams and bloggers the chance to experience the car live. The final tests for the showcase at the last DTM race.
I came in with very high expectation, and today it has exceeded my expectation of what my thoughts on Audi is in terms of the future of piloted driving or autonomous driving.
The Audi RS7 piloted driving concept. Vorsprung durch Technik. Audi will demonstrate what the brand means by this.
Minutes to go before the RS7 concept takes to the track. I'm here with Loic Duval, one of our Le Mans winners at Audi, having scored one of our 13 victories at the 24 hours race at Le Mans, and well experienced here at Hockenheim as well. Loic, what's the challenge of Hockenheim?
Very technical track with the parabolica going through the straight line, really high speed, end up at this hairpin with a hard braking phase. Going to the stadium with a corner, the right-hander, that you cannot see the exit of the corner, so it's difficult to find the line. So I'm really looking forward on which kind of line he's going to use.
The drivers always take risks. What risk could take Bobby, our car today?
Bobby will take all the risk like us, so he can brake a little bit too late. Or also, you can end up on a racetrack which is dirty. You can have some oil. It can rain at one point. It's always difficult to manage that, and we're going to figure out how Bobby does it.
It will go full race speed without a driver. Are you a little bit afraid that you could get rid of in the cockpit soon?
Hopefully not. I mean, I hope we can do a good job also as a racing driver, but for sure, this is the future.
Thanks, Loic. What an atmosphere today. The DTM cars around, 10,000 of spectators on the grandstand, and it's time to go fully live. We're eager and waiting for Bobby to take a really quick lap. We go to David, our commentator.
Thank you very much. And how exciting is this? History absolutely in the making here on the hallowed tarmac of the Hockenheim ring. As we see the car heading towards the start. Now, effectively, what we're going to see is one lap of the Hockenheim ring from Audi piloted driving and this Bobby car on its way right now. It will go from a standing start, so effectively it's going to be like a qualifying lap, if you like, because the car won't cross the start-finish line at race speed. But what we are expecting to see is precision. incredible acceleration, accuracy, brilliant braking, all brought about from the intelligence that is built in to this fantastic car, the Audi RS7 concept. 560 horsepower, unleashed, but unleashed in a piloted concept. Piloted, to you and me, means without a driver. This is fantastic. As you can imagine, huge attention towards this as the car is placed on P1 on the grid and is about to get underway. It's a very, very technical circuit. As we heard Loic de Waal explain, we are expecting turns 1, 2, the turns 3, 4 complex, then into the parabolica. That's the bit that I'm so looking forward to as the car propels through the parabolica up towards the hairpin, where accurate braking is utterly crucial to get the line through the hairpin right. We're expecting a potential time of up to 220 kilometers an hour before we reach the braking zone in the hairpin. This is going to be absolutely awesome. And in front of a huge motorsport appreciative crowd here at Hockenheim as well. Tens of thousands of spectators here. And Audi's RS7 piloted driving is about to get underway. We are going to see a lap. Let's go into the car now. Absolutely. The one thing that is missing is a driver. It relies on the intelligence and the technology. Stereo camera for perception, GPS, very, very precise GPS. We've seen in the pre-show, the pre-lap, just how hard the engineers have developed and worked to bring this concept to reality, and we're actually going to see it here today in Hockenheim. Huge attention, as you would expect, before the car gets underway. We're hoping we're going to see the lights out and a green flag as the car, Bobby, as it is called, it's Bobby and AJ, the twins in this RS7 concept, about to be unleashed here at the Hockenheim ring. So there we can see the green flag awaiting the start of a lap like never before at Hockenheim. 4.5 kilometers. We head first, of course, towards the Nordkurve, then through turns 2, 3, and 4 before the parabolica, then the hairpin, then into the Mercedes Tribune, and round into turns 9 and 10, 11 into the Sachs turn, where racing drivers take so many different lines. I am so looking forward to seeing which line Bobby chooses to take around the Sachs turn, and then through the final turn 15 and 16, the Südkurve, before we reach the conclusion of the lap. So everything being orchestrated right now. So the cameras, the sensors, the stereo cameras, this is a piloted driving packed with technology. Everything being optimized, and it's being optimized for reasons of utter safety. And bear in mind the developments and the technology that we are seeing in Bobby today will find its way into production cars, into the cars that you and I drive, but never before has this happened in true racing style, and that is what we are about to see. The tension, the anticipation begins to build here down on the timing line and the grid. We are about to unleash Bobby around the 4.5 kilometer Hockenheim circuit. To Hackenbach there being interviewed finally. We are about ready to go. A lap of Hockenheim like never before. The green flag is there. Are we ready? This is going to be something so, so special. So the green flag is waved. Once everything is safe, Bobby is absolutely away. The first piloted car here at the Hockenheim ring with Audi. This RS7 accelerates now towards the Nordkurve turn 1. You can see that, look, it's being steered by nobody. It's being controlled by the intelligence. A great line through turn 1, heading up now towards turn 2. Just look at the speed. We're approaching 180 kilometers an hour as we go into turn 2. Brilliant braking, all assured and controlled. You can hear the 560 horsepower being unleashed through 3 and 4. And now it's the parabolica. as the tens of thousands of fans here witness history in the making from Audi piloted driving. This is a fantastic shot from our helicopter that is tracking the car. Now, this is going to be crucial. Heavy braking as the car reaches 220 kilometers an hour and brakes now for the hairpin. Brilliant line through the hairpin, measured, controlled, accurate, precise, and then the acceleration out of the hairpin as we head down towards turn 7 now. This is Bobby, and it's Bobby completely on its own with no driver in there, looking very assured and very comfortable. All the fans in the grandstand can hardly believe what they are seeing right now. This car is being driven by technology, by intelligence, and look at that line as it's straight through. Turns 9 and 10 absolutely perfectly, taking exactly the optimum line that you would expect a top racing driver to take. Heading down now towards turn 11, turns in, and now this, the Sachs turn, where racing drivers choose different lines. Now, Bobby here, choosing to hug the inside there, just a little bit of curb, unleashes the power once again. We have turn 13 and 14 to do before a lap at racing speed is completed by a piloted car. This has been absolutely perfect. Not 1 foot wrong. It has been precise as it heads towards the start-finish line. The absolute optimum lap as the car comes to a stop now. That was truly awesome. You won't get it parking in P1 any better than that. Absolutely spot on accurate, absolutely spot on precise, and so quick as well. Truly awesome stuff. History in the making here at the Hockenheim Ring. The home, of course, of this DTM finale. Home, of course, of German Grand Prix, and the car has done it so very well. And there, one of our engineers that is responsible for the development of this car, having done so brilliantly. Well, it's a wrong thing for a commentator to say, but I am jolly near speechless, because that really was something else. And what a privilege to be able to talk about it and to see it in action as well. Didn't put 1 foot wrong, didn't take one piece of curb too much. Let's take a look at some of the highlights then, as the green flag was waved and the car just roared away as the 560 horses were unleashed from this Audi RS7. An awesome car in its own right, made even more awesome perhaps by this whole piloted driving concept. You can see the steering there is absolutely so precise. Not 1 millimeter too much on the steering wheel. Did it absolutely right. And well, Wolfgang Ulrich looks on and is probably as amazed as I am as well, as we're seeing these highlights now of this RS7 concept here at Hockenheim. I've said it more than once, and I make no apology for that. Absolute history in the making. That's what impressed me the most. Absolutely got the line perfectly through there. And well, the highlights of this piloted driving concept. And right now, Wolfgang Rother will pick up the story.
Thanks, Dave. Everybody is happy down here. First question goes to Dr. Hackenberg, who's responsible for R&D at Audi. How pleased are you with the performance today?
I'm very pleased, and I've seen the smiling in the face of my engineers. They're very happy, and I think it's a big success that they did it here. The car drove the first time here on this track, so that's fantastic. So it's a very good performance.
All of this I witnessed by Bastian Schweinsteiger, one of our soccer world champions. How did you like it, Bastian?
Ja, es war super, unglaubliches Gefühl, einzigartig und ja, stolz auf Audi natürlich, dass sie sowas hinbekommen.
It's a unique feeling, he said, and is a little bit proud of Audi. Could you imagine to hand over some functions in the car to the machine in some situations?
Ja, natürlich. Wenn man auf der Autobahn ist und zum Beispiel Baustelle fährt, dann kann man auch den Assistenz anmachen und da ist angenehmer und hat Vorteile, viele Vorteile.
He says absolutely going through a construction site in a traffic jam, he would hand it over. We have to leave the grid, gentlemen. We step forward a couple of meters. Last question goes to Dr. Hackenberg again. What's the future bringing in piloted driving?
The future is looking for increasing the safety in general on the traffic in the traffic situations. So the biggest factor for problems in the traffic is the driver. And so if we can assist the driver in situations where maybe he's under stressed or where he's overstressed, it's a big step into more safety in the vehicle or in the vehicle infrastructure situation. And that's our general goal.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thanks everybody for having joined this live stream from Hockenheim, Germany. If you got more information, please check our websites. And in the meantime, we're looking for new challenges for Bobby. Have a look and bye-bye.
Tire pressure, 1.9 rear. You're doing good. 1 lap to go. What's going on? There is another car on the track. Who is the driver? Dindo, we found a great competitor for you. Yeah, but who is the driver? It's driven by Vorsprung durch Technik.